What's up, YouTube? It's your new favorite esthetician here, and we will be going over the Tress Wellness Waxing Kit that I found off of Amazon that low-key is like saving my life right now because I normally sugar wax my entire body, but I cannot get a good angle for under my arms, so I use hard wax for under my arms. So this Tress Wellness waxing kit came with everything you will need to wax your body at home. And I love that they gave you a little book to let you know everything you need to know when it comes to waxing your own hair. It gives you directions. It lets you know how long your hair should be. It tells you to temperature check your wax before doing all that, which I will kind of display in this video as well. So yeah, before you get to waxing, definitely check out this book. So one thing I love about this waxing pot is that it came with a handle on the waxing pot. Usually you just put the wax pot in there, but this one you can actually remove with the handle, so that makes it very, very easy to take out and clean, change your wax, do what you gotta do. So I really like that detail and thought that was put into this waxing pot. And I also like that it has some air holes in there just because, it can keep it kind of cool. It doesn't get too warm. And I thought this waxing pot got up to a pretty high temperature. So you don't want it too warm. So you definitely need to check it before you start waxing on your skin. And it came with a few different scents of wax beads, and even on the back of the wax beads it has directions on which direction to go and everything, just the steps that you need to do to follow and to make your experience waxing at home pretty easy. So I just thought I would go and show you each scent that came with the waxing kit, just in case you wanted to know for sure which ones it came with. And they all smell pretty decent. None of them are like overbearing or like super fragrancy or anything. And it also came with pre-wax spray. This will prep your skin and get it ready for waxing. And then after your waxing, if you have any residue from the wax or any small pieces, this is an after wax spray. And it also helps moisturize and soothe your skin after, waxing. So it came with 2 sets of sticks. These sticks are usually used for like smaller areas like your lips, eyebrows, face, something you need to do that's not a big area. And then the larger ones, of course, used for the larger areas. This is what I will be using to wax my underarms. And I forgot to mention, they actually came with wax pot cover or protectors. This helps you keep your wax pot clean, just in case you're not going slow enough, getting the wax all the way on the stick, or if you have some spillage, it will protect your pot to keep it clean. So I actually really appreciate that as an esthetician, because those things matter when you have a business and you need to keep things clean, sanitized, and easy. And it just looks so aesthetically pleasing. This wax pot is so stinking cute compared to my other one that I had from previously before this pot, but it's just so pretty. I really love it. Alrighty, let's get to waxing. So here I am just pouring the wax beads in. I decided to do lavender first because, what girl does not love lavender? And low key, I should have poured some more in here because it was very, very low. But this will get you a good amount to wax an area. Depending on what the area is, this is a good amount to start with. So I turned my wax pot on and heated it up, and I got it to a nice good consistency. Since it was my first time experiencing with this wax, I kind of turned it up a little bit more. This is way too stringy, so I turned it down just a bit. And then here we are, we're getting ready to prep for our wax. Go ahead and, so what I like to do is spray the actual cotton pad or gauze, whatever I'm using, and then I go ahead and wipe down the area that I will be waxing. And I like to use one gauze or one cotton pad per area. I don't like to use it on multiple areas, so I did one for one arm and one for the other. Sorry, y'all, I was like not smiling in this video at all. I was so focused. So this is the consistency I got it to, which was pretty decent. It probably could have been a little bit warmer because it dries super quick. But like I said, this was my first time working with it, and I was just kind of playing it safe because I didn't know how it would act once I got it on the stick, you know, spreading it. And like I said before, you start waxing, especially if you are waxing with a new product or anything like that, to check the heat temperature and just to make sure you don't have any reaction or anything, go ahead and check the inside of your wrist. That is where you will be able to feel the heat of the wax the most. And here we go. You can barely see if I have any hair because it's very, very fine and I wax regularly, but trust me, it's hair there. I honestly think waxing your underarms is so hard. Like, I can wax any other part of my body with ease, but my underarms is just so hard to me. But I be getting it done. I was like multitasking, trying to look in the mirror, trying to make sure I got a good angle on the camera. I'm just laughing like, why am I so serious? This is probably unnecessary, but I always do this when I wax to just make sure it dries, and I usually press it down into the skin to make sure it's molded around all the hairs. And voila, there's the first strip. It got a pretty good amount of hair. Like I said, you can barely see my hairs, but trust me, it's hair there. And with waxing, you also want to apply the wax in the direction of the hair growth and then remove it the opposite way. And since I eat like mainly sugar, I'll be having to remember that when I'm waxing. But honestly, under my arms, my hairs go different ways. So just make sure you're following your growth pattern and however your hair is underneath your arms. So I typically will do about 3 to 4 passes. I usually do like one at the top, one at the bottom, one in the middle because that's where it's like usually the warmest. And I have to go back over. And then basically I just try to get all the hairs, and this wax was very gentle. It did not pull my skin at all. With wax, you gotta be a little bit careful, but this wax was very gentle. Yeah, this feels unnecessary. Like, I am literally fanning my underarm. I was just trying to make sure I didn't have to do another pass, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get the hair off. Boom, more hair. You can kind of tell, just like with me pulling off the wax, how soft and flexible this wax is. And then after I do a few passes over the main part, I usually have a little bit of fine hairs at the top of my arm and usually like closer to the bottom of my chest. So I go over this area and usually try to get that. So when you're applying it, you want to use a little bit of pressure to make sure you are, getting the wax wrapped up in those hairs. That's why after I even put it on, I kind of press it down. And I like to make sure I have a part to pull on after I am applying the wax, because sometimes it could be painful trying to pull off the wax without, giving yourself a flick or a pull tab. That's kind of the words we use. See, I'm just kind of pressing it down here, fanning it, making sure it's dry. Oh, there we are. We finally smiled after like 10 minutes. Trust me, I was probably tired by this point. It gets hard. And my arms be tired. Ooh, they be so tired holding it up. My neck be tired trying to get that angle. But yeah, here we are. I'm just seeing if there's any little hairs. And usually if there's some small ones after I've went over a few times, I definitely will not just keep going over with the wax. But I know after I got done waxing a few times, I went to go grab some tweezers to finish the job. Yeah, I'm just doing like the bottom part of my arm. So I did the top and then I do the bottom. And just whatever little hairs I have left. I think by this point the wax was getting a little cool, so I was just struggling a little bit here. Yeah, I was tired of waxing at that point. I grabbed the tweezers, finished off the little hairs that I had left, and then I am ready to clean up with the post-wax spray. So I go ahead and spray the cotton round and just go ahead and rub all the excess and residue that I have left over under my arm, and it literally will just slide right off. It's so satisfying just seeing how it comes off. And it also just makes it look nice and clean and shiny after you get done, removing all of the hair. And there we have it, clean, smooth armpits. Boom. Well, that'll be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will have the link to the waxing kit in the description box. Go ahead and check it out. I also think it is pretty well priced for all that you get. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.